Alright everyone, so this is going to walk you guys through your last essay assignment. Essentially this essay is fairly broad. You guys have been reading a lot about transcendentalism. So what you're going to do is look at one of the themes, genres, or authors discussed in this unit. And you're going to figure out how that relates to the ideas of transcendentalism. So you're going to look at how the work and author contribute to a transcendentalist movement. So someone like Emerson is a founder of transcendentalism. How does his essays and his ideas translate into the movement? You're also going to, so essentially this is much in line with kind of the essays you've been writing, but what you're going to do is also add in just a brief section that also puts into context how these ideas are related to the sort of the broad, larger historical scope of everything we've been reading. So starting from the beginning of the semester up through now, how do these texts all fit together? So you've looked at authors like Frederick Douglass. How does someone like Frederick Douglass fit in with previous marginalized authors that you've read? Or how does someone like Thoreau, focusing on naturalism, fit in, or natural ideas, fit in with previous authors who focused on something like that? So really what you're going to be doing is kind of showing me in a very brief section of this that you understand how all of this literature and the scope of this literature fits together. So the thing about this one that's a little bit different is you can do it in any of these three forms. So you can do a 3 to 4 page essay like usual with a bibliography. And if you do that, the section that focuses on the sort of the broader scope, this section here, only needs to be about a paragraph. It doesn't need to be long. The main essay should be your transcendentalist essay. If you want to do the second option, it's a 10-minute video lecture with a bibliography. So you'll still upload a bibliography, and then you'll upload your video to YouTube, and then you'll put the link for YouTube on the submission. That is what I will click to go watch your video to grade your essay. So this still needs to be the same content as an essay. So you still need to plan it out. You still need to give me the exact same content, but you'll be doing it in a sort of verbal form. If you are a performer, if you are someone who's comfortable in front of a camera, I would suggest try this. The key thing though when you do a YouTube video is you'll have to double check your submission and make sure that the link is working, because if I can't make the link work, if I can't get to your video, I have nothing to grade, and it's the end of the semester and there's no time for you to resubmit. So make sure that the link is working. You could also do a 12 to 15 slide PowerPoint or Prezi. So if you do, sorry, let me go back and say, if you do the video lecture, to do this section, it just needs to be maybe a minute or two. It doesn't need to be very long. For just the sort of broader scope. Everything else should be about the transcendentalism. If you do a PowerPoint or Prezi, which is your third option, 12 to 15 slides, again, same thing. You need to, whatever format you submit it in, make sure that either the Prezi link is active, and I can click the link, and again, you'll still need to submit a bibliography. Same for a PowerPoint. SafeAssign will still check these just to make sure that everything is not, copied from the internet or anything like that. If you submit a PowerPoint, make sure that the PowerPoint is showing up. If you submit a Prezi, make sure that the link is working. Same thing about do most of the essay on the transcendentalism idea, and then a very small portion of it should be about how the text relates to a larger theme or larger idea of the scope of literature over the course of the last semester. So if you did a PowerPoint, that might be a slide, maybe two, and if you did a Prezi, that may be like 1 or 2 little circles or areas on the Prezi. You need to have 2 sources to support your analysis, so that could be whatever kind of source you like, scholarly or historical. Everything you choose in this essay to talk about is pretty much up to you, so make sure that you are choosing something solid, make sure that you are choosing something that you're interested in. And then your essay is due on May 7th at midnight. No exceptions, end of semester. This is the last thing that you'll be doing for me for this semester, unless you choose to go on and do the extra credit, but that's something else you'll talk about during finals week. So remember that everything is going to be checked through SafeAssign, and you'll be graded on the criteria of having a good, solid argumentative thesis statement introduction, good close analysis of the literary work, good evidence, both from your primary and secondary sources, proper page length, MLA, etc., etc. fully developed essay structure with intro, main ideas in the body, and conclusion, and then careful and clear organization of all ideas. So if you have questions about this, let me know. Choose the format that best fits your skill set, and best of luck at the end of the semester.